Hi, how you doing? What's going on? Welcome to the replay. Welcome to Daily Fuel. My eye is itchy. My name is Bobby, and I am the host of this group, The Spiritual Artist. And a lot of new people are joining the group, and I just want to welcome you all to the group and invite you to, post your art and all that stuff if you're watching. If you're watching in the replay, if you're watching live. There's Mikey. Mikey, why are you Facebook user? That's weird. Do you need to hit that eCam link again? That's weird. It's you. Do me a favor, Mikey. Post another comment, would you please? I just want to see. Sometimes it messes up. Leslie Smith is watching you. Hi, Leslie. How are you? And Brandy and Facebook user and Holiday here. Who's that? Barbara is saying hello. Barbara's not showing up. Oh, come on. I can't handle this. I finally got it all working and now people aren't showing up again. What the heck? What the heck? It's me. I see it here. It's me. It's not working again. You know what? I give up. I just give up. I can't with this. Now half of you are just not showing up again. I don't know why. I don't know why, Barbara. That's really aggravating. If you don't know what I'm talking about, see, I can see you on the phone, right? I can see everybody's comments on the phone, but I'm looking at eCam, the software that I use, and once again, everyone's showing up. Half of you, I can see Crimson, I can see Roberta, I can see Leslie and Brandy. Hi, you guys look nice. I can see you. However, everybody else is Facebook user, and it's just, I don't know who it is. And Stephanie, have you tried Be Live? No. Yes, but no. Thank you for that. But anyway, you know what? I'm just going to be aggravated in quiet solitude, and let's just do this, and I'll figure it out. I get to be the roadie later. Oh God, see, I keep doing this to myself. I don't know what that was. Sometimes you are the roadie, and sometimes you got to go and you got to fix this crap. Breathe. I know who that is. Hi, Ray. You're a Facebook user too. Anyway, yeah, I used to call this a paper route, but I can't. But I like roadie better. Paper. What am I talking about? I'm talking about we want to do our art full time. We want to do our dream full time. Maybe it's not your art. Maybe it's something else. Maybe art is just a hobby. But you want to have this thing that you want to do full time, or that you want to spend the bulk of your life time, the time in your life of your days, doing this thing, or being this thing. And for most of us, it's art. But you gotta pay bills, and you gotta get a job, and you gotta do these things. And it's so for me, I call that stuff a paper route. But then I was thinking about it in terms of a musician, which I am, and thinking now it's more like doing the job of the roadie, because I was talking with my daughter recently about how you see so many people audition to be on American Idol. Or these other singing competition shows, because everybody wants to be the rock star, and of all the rock stars, everybody wants to be the lead singer, and you can't, and not because there aren't enough slots, but because that's not everybody's thing. But everybody sees that thing as like the coolest thing, or they think it is, and they're just like, I want to be that. And sometimes there's work to be done to get there, and then other times there's it's just not your thing. So I'm sorry, this just messed me up, and I was all prepped and ready to go for this, and now all I see is a sea of Facebook users, and it just annoys me. I just want things to work. Is that so much to ask? Anyway, I'm sorry. I'll catch my groove here in a second. Just let me get going. So sometimes we need to do other jobs in the meantime while we're working toward our thing, or while we're trying to find our thing, you know? So when I was a lead singer in a rock band, we didn't have a crew. We didn't have roadies. We were the roadies. And we had to bring in our own gear, and we had to set everything up, and we had to break everything down. And sometimes it was timed because you had like 15 minutes before the next band has to get on. Hurry up, get your crap out of here. You know, and we had to carry it through the clubs and out to the back. And man, you know, and everybody wanted to talk to you for a minute. And you're like this, carrying your stuff, and they're like, hey man, let me talk to you a second. It's like, do you see me? Leave me alone, you know? And luckily I wasn't the drummer, because I don't know why anybody wants to be the drummer, because you got all that stuff you got to carry around. And even though the other guys in the band will help you, but it's like, no, because you got to do it your own way. And then you still got to put it in your own car and take it to your own house. And I just had a microphone. So I was like, yeah, dude, drummer? No. But anyway, that's the thing. And here's a couple of things. If you're finding yourself being the roadie more often than you are the rock star, if you're finding yourself working at your full-time job, you know, doing whatever, and you don't have as much time to do your art as you are working, if you're finding that you're doing more of the drudgery kind of stuff more often than you're doing the glory kind of stuff, here are 3 things to keep in mind. Is number 1, that is not failure. That's how it works. That's how we build up to it. Sometimes it's a stepping stone. Sometimes it's a foot in the door. Sometimes it's how we pay the bills or we pay our dues. And all the time, it's experience. Because even when you're doing the roadie work, the roadies know how to set the stage. The roadies know that the mic has to go here, and the monitors have to be set just so, and the guitars have to be tuned just so, and the singer doesn't know any of that crap. You know, the roadie needs to do that stuff, and the roadies are the ones that are smart. And then when they get their time in the spotlight, they know everything. They know how everything goes. So whatever you're doing that is kind of the lead up to being the superstar, just know that it's experience, it's paying your dues, it's paying the bills, and be proud of it. You know, it's what's giving you the ability to get through this 3D world to do your 5D work and shine that light. And the more you do that, and you do number 3, which I'm going to get to, the sooner you'll get to the point where the script flips and you're doing the artwork more often. And number 2 is don't skip it. You can't skip this part. If this is the part you're in, and sometimes this part lasts for years and years and years, don't skip it. You need the experiences to build up. Sometimes, you know, I've talked about this before, where I've said, you know, if you're looking for a thing to do, if you're looking for the business to start, or you're looking for the service to provide, or you're looking for the art to create, that if it's not 100% yes, absolutely yes, if it's not that, then it's a no, you know. And in general, that's good. However, when you're playing the part of the roadie, sometimes you got to do the things that are the I guess, you know. And it's not that you don't want to ever do those things. It's that it's not yes, so it's a no to I'm going to do this forever, you know. And I think that was the problem that I had with my business, was I wanted to be an artist, and I kind of settled on this web design business that became the forever business. And I was just year after year doing these things, and it was fun, it was fine, it was good, and you know, it paid the bills and stuff. But now I'm at this point where I'm just like, no, I want to do this. And Mikey showed up. How'd that happen? I see your face now. Everybody else comment. Ray, other who was it? Barbara? Barbara, did you, unless Mikey, did you go and click the eCam link again? I don't know. Anyway, it's just I see you now, so I don't know, maybe it was just a glitch. Sorry, I looked down and I saw Mikey, I got all excited, so sorry about that. Anyway, so sometimes it's not the dream, but here's the point, is that Source knows why you need this. Your spirit knows why you need this. We're going, why the fuck do I have to do this crap? But your spirit knows why you have to do this stuff, and it's almost like it's part of the game somehow. And we don't always understand it, and sometimes we just have to accept it. And there's something, the reason I'm doing this one today is because there's something that I've come to accept, is that I'm trying to build this group and I'm trying to build this business around my art. And I realized that I'm trying to skip steps a little bit, and that there are things that I know I don't want to do in my business, but I might have to do right now. And I don't want to build websites as a business anymore, but I might have to build some to get this thing moving and get some cash in the door. And that doesn't mean that the ones that I built would be bad. It just means that this isn't the business that I want as my forever business. You know, I can still do something and do a kick-ass job at it. It's just not my favorite thing, you know. I don't want to start a business as a coach and just build this thriving coaching business that can last me for decades. But I might have to take on some coaching clients to sort of propel me to the point where I can be doing the art that I actually want to be doing most of the time. That doesn't mean that I don't know how to coach. I do, but it's not my absolute favorite thing. So that's kind of what I'm talking about, is that sometimes you realize it's like, gee, I might have 6 months to a year or 2 years to build this thing out. But in the meantime, I need to eat food and keep lights on in my house because everybody likes those things. And how do you do that? You know, so you do it this way. You have to realize that for a little while, you might be the roadie. And being the roadie isn't the goal. Being the roadie is the path. Oh, that's cool. Being the roadie isn't the goal. Being the roadie is the path. It's how you get to the goal. And the third one that I think is don't force what the roadie job is, because, and this is kind of what I've done in the past, is I've said, well, I guess I have to make websites. So then I'd go and I'd make a website about making websites, and I try and find website clients, and I'd be like, give me website clients to the universe. Meanwhile, lately, my job hasn't even been making websites all that much. I've made 1 or 2 in the last year, but that's not really all that much for me. The universe has been providing for me in other ways that some didn't even have to do with work. It was like, well, work on this thing and money will come from this way. And it was interesting, and it wasn't what I would have expected. But it's still roadie work. It's not how I want it to be. You know, I want to build this graphic novel thing, and I want to build this music thing, and I want to build this group into what it's becoming. But it's not going to happen by tomorrow. So in the meantime, I need to be my own roadie and sort of hump my gear around and get it going on my own. But here's the important thing to remember, and then we're going to get to the comments, is you got to do the art while you're being the roadie. And I think that was my biggest mistake, was I ended up being the roadie for years without doing the art, because the roadie work just took up so much time that I couldn't see how to do the art as a business. Well, it's not going to make money tomorrow, so I'm not even going to do it. And now what I'm doing is I'm doing the art, and I realize, okay, this isn't going to make money by tomorrow, but I can still do the roadie work. But now the roadie work is just a side thing. It's the path to get there. You have to keep doing the art. You can't keep doing the roadie work hoping that one day the art time will just appear. You have to make that time, and then the universe finds ways to show you how to transition so that you can get rid of that roadie work eventually. All right, I'm going to end this one here. Sorry, this Facebook user thing just screwed me up and got my head all twisted, and that's just not... I'm having issues with technology lately. That Adobe thing, if you don't know what I'm talking about, like I had this entire workflow of how I was creating my graphic novel, and I went to work on it recently, and step 1 was import and animate these 3D models in Photoshop, and I couldn't do it. It wasn't working, and then after several hours on tech support with Adobe, the guys finally realized, oh, that feature was discontinued. You can't do that in Photoshop anymore. And I was like, I was like, that is literally step one in my workflow that I have created to do this. Without step one, I can't do the rest of the steps. I said, you know what, Adobe, you're fired. And so now I've been playing with other programs. I'm trying to do something in Affinity Designer instead of Adobe Illustrator. If I were in Adobe Illustrator, I would have been done in 15 minutes. I have been literally on like forums and stuff. How the hell do you do this simple thing in this program? Because I can't find the button. And you know, that's how it's going. And then I get here and all I see is a sea of anonymous things that I know you guys have all clicked this button. So here we are. Anyway, Roberta says, howdy do. Hi. It's me. I don't know who you are. Why? I don't know. Crimson says, hello. Nice to see your face. Thank you. I feel like that today. Ha ha ha. I keep saying I can't. Ha ha. I don't know. Stephanie, yeah, you know, I thank you. I did try Be Live. I've used it for other things. It's a completely different program for what I'm trying to do. But thank you for the idea. Hi, Bobby. Hi, how are you? You know, the other day you put martinis and flowers. I went to the liquor store and I got a little gin and I made myself a martini. You put me in the mood for that. It was good. So thanks, Robin. Can you see me? I can. Yes. Breathe, can't see you, Ray, but I know who that is. Facebook user says, you'll know it's me by the books I write here sometimes. Ha ha ha. A lot of you write books now, so I don't know, that doesn't even mean anything anymore. You'll know who. Where is everybody? I don't even know how far back to scroll. Why I feel like that today. That was Barbara. Can you see me? Yes. You'll know it's me. Oh, Barbara. Hi, Barbara. Ray said breathe. Yeah, I'll be rainbow today. No, I see you, so you don't have to do that, but that's okay. People, to help Bobby today, maybe use a symbol with your name when you comment. For today, I'll be a double rainbow. Well, thank you. That's nice. I feel like you today, Bobby. Grr. Who feels like me? Oh, it's still Barbara. Help Bobby today. That's my Purple Heart. I don't know who that is. It's Barbara. Okay, so Barbara is the Purple Heart. Mikey's face came back. I don't know what you did, but you appeared, so that's good. I hit the link, and yes, oh, you hit the link again. So hitting the link works again. I gotta tell see, this is why I've been telling people you only have to do it once. Theoretically, here's what I think is happening. Facebook makes upgrades to things, and then things don't work in third-party apps anymore. And then and Facebook groups, because of the privacy settings of Facebook groups. For example, if I were doing these lives on my page, nobody would have to click any link. You would all just show up because pages are public. My timeline is public. Groups, however, are private. So Facebook puts a firewall on it, and eCam is required to get everybody's permission to show me your face. But as soon as Facebook goes, hey, let's play with this. Oh, that thing doesn't work anymore, and now half of you have to click that link again. But how come everybody doesn't have to? How come Robin's thing is showing up? It doesn't make any sense. And, oops, brain not awake. Me, Barbara, Purple Heart. Robin's like the class mom today. Everybody pick a symbol and put your name for your name. Thanks, Robin. You're such a great helper. I really, really appreciate it. Great idea, Barbara. But I can see you, Robin. Mikey, Green. All right. You guys are cracking me up. I don't ever want to move a Hammond, B3, and Leslie's again. Dude, I do not. I don't blame you. The bass player and the guitar player, they owned the two heaviest amps on earth, apparently. I think they were in competition to see whose amp could be heavier than the other guy's amp, and they both won somehow. I don't really know how that works. Roberta, I can see you, so don't worry about it. Ray can just keep saying breathe. I'll know who that is. Yes, Source knows why I have to do this. I've been and continue to surrender to this, and life is flowing for sure. Barbara, I already recognize your little starry things at the end, so you were good with that. Oh, yes, source knows why I have to do this. Yeah, that was something that I came up with. It's like we want to skip this roadie thing. We just want to get right to the glory. But we need the experience of contrast. Sometimes I think it's just because we wanted that, which is why we came here, where we were already the rock star supreme in Source Energy Land, and we were like, you know what, I want to be a peon for a little while, and I want to feel what it's like to build my way up, because every day I wake up here, I'm just already amazing. I don't know, something like that. But Source knows why we need to work our way up the ladder, or sometimes be at the top of the ladder and get knocked down. That happens in life, I was already a lead singer in a rock band. I did that already, but that doesn't mean I don't ever want to do that again or get that same feeling again. That's why I do Daily Fuel, because it gives me that feeling of being energized on stage. Except for days like today when nothing works. Mikey says, I make my income by doing Jerry Herman's websites, and I do my music for free. That's the other thing, is that sometimes the roadie work is where you make money, but the music or the art or the whatever is just where you feed your soul. It doesn't even have to be where you figure out how to make a business and then not have to do the other work. It doesn't really matter. There's no rule that says if you're an artist, you have to make your living from art. It could just be something that you do for yourself, for fun, for free, for whatever, for the joy of it. God forbid we did anything for joy, right? Barbara says, I make my income and I'm the roadie as a nurse case manager, but that's not what my goal is, or as it ever was. My art is and always will be. Yeah, so you're working as a nurse case manager, and your goal is to be an artist. So right now, though, you're paying your dues and you're paying your bills, and that's fine. But the last one applies to you, Barbara, because your goal is to make your art your full-time thing, which is never stop doing your art. I don't think that's a problem, because you only had to pause for a little while with your hand, and the minute you were able to do it a little bit, you were like, here's some stuff I made, and you haven't stopped. So good for you. Did I say Robin? I meant Barbara. Crimson says, having patience is critical to being on the path to prevent stumbling around in the darkness. That way we don't get hurt. Yeah, it's the patience part. I am not good at that part. As you can see, at the minute I get here, wow, this is a really good example of what did I say the other day? That the other day I was saying how part of me sometimes, if something's not working, I was talking about the car breaking down, and I was talking about the computer breaking, and those things were such big things, and I was like, the old me would have freaked out, like, oh my God, why is this happening? And here's something that really is not mission critical. I can still do the live really well, and even if I needed to know who everybody was, I can look on my phone. It's not the end of the world. Nobody's running away and screaming, this guy's a hack. And yet, what did I do? I freaked out over it. Oh my God, why isn't this working? And that was the last straw of the day. Meanwhile, I had a really good day. This was a great day. I don't know why it even put me in a bad mood. And yet, that happens sometimes. What am I talking about? Having patience. Having patience is critical. Clearly, when the car broke down, when the computer broke, when the Adobe thing happened, I asked myself, what is the gift here? I forgot to do that with this. What is the gift here? The gift meaning what is Source gifting me with that once again the eCam links have paused working or something like that. I don't know, but there is one. There's a reason, and Source knows why, but I don't, and now I'm the roadie who has to go and figure out what the heck is going on here, and I didn't want to have to do that. I wanted to go have dinner and another martini, but not really, but you know what I'm saying. So thank you, Crimson, for that reminder that having patience is critical to being on the path. To prevent stumbling around in the darkness. Why doesn't it work? That's stumbling around in the darkness, right? And that way we don't get hurt, because when I do this, I smack my hand into the microphone, and then the microphone breaks, and that's another freak out. Roberta says, the thing about the universe is that it only knows yes. We are dual. It's not. So if we say no, the universe hears yes. Yeah. Right? Why are the links broken? And the universe is like, links broken? You got it. You know, it's like, why'd I do that? Leslie, hey Leslie, how are you? You showed up perfectly. Luckily, I am retired with a pension. But being single, I still have lots of responsibilities. When I retired, I began my art. That's cool. That's really great. You know, it's like you had your career and now you're retired and you're doing your art now, and that's wonderful. That's a really great way to do it. Good for you. Congratulations. That's fantastic. Barbara says, or ever was. What? I don't remember what you said before. My art is and always will be. Okay, I got it. Or ever was, yeah. Art is, right, you were talking about you're a nurse case manager, but art is the thing that you want to be or ever was. All right, my art is primary. Believe it or not, nurse is secondary. I believe it. I only became a nurse to please someone in my family. Not me. Incredible. But Source knew. Oh, Source did know. I need this to make my art passion possible. Good. If you can see it that way and you can work through it that way and you can keep doing the art, the script will flip. Robin, I had that problem. I wanted to do my art but had to work to pay the bills. So I was lucky for some time to have a job where I had a job with enough time to incorporate art into my life, so my heart was satisfied for a while until I could find a way to do art more of the time. Cool. Which never happened. Oh, sorry. Okay. I was like, oh, cool. You did art more of the time, which never happened for way more time than I would have liked. Yeah. But doing the roadie work and even a tiny bit of my heart's work was a way to keep my sanity way more than work with no art at all. Well, that's the key, right? Is that sometimes we get into that work with we just become the roadie. The roadie becomes the only thing that we're doing. And we stop working on the art. And that was my point, by the way, with the American Idol auditioners, is that they don't want to be the roadie. And I was trying to make a point with that, and this Facebook thing messed me up. The point is that they just want to be the lead singer, you know, and they've got it set in their heart that if I can't be the lead singer, I don't even want anything to do with music. But they try to skip the roadie part, and the roadie part is what leads you to realize that, you know, maybe I'm not a singer, maybe I'm the bass player. Maybe my heart is in playing the saxophone. Maybe I don't even like playing any of the instruments on stage. I might like being the booking manager. You know, we don't even have to be an artist in the sense of the creator that makes the thing. You might like running a gallery. You might like doing the sound, being the sound guy at the concert on the other side of the stage. There's so much that goes into this, and when you skip the roadie part, you don't learn any of those jobs. You don't even know that they exist. All you know is, I'm not the guy on stage, right? And you get sad about it. And meanwhile, even if you were thrown on stage, if they said, yep, absolutely, we need somebody on stage and you can be the lead singer, let's go. And they put the mic in your hand and you stink at it because that's not your core genius. That's not what you were born to do. You were born to be the drummer or the sound guy or the roadie tech even. Sometimes being the roadie is the dream. Thank you, Robin. Ty is here. I can see you. Hi, Ty. Right hand is out of commission right now, but tuned in. What, you hurt your hand? Sorry to hear that. I hope you are better soon. Hello, everyone. Love from Down Under says, Donna, whose face I can see, because that's worked. That worked. However, I can't see Barbara still. I didn't hit the link again during the live only because when I leave or even comment, sometimes the live stream stops and I miss stuff. Ugh. Yeah, Barbara, do me a favor. Hit the link again after this live. The purple hearts are fine. Leslie says, hi, Donna. And Donna says, hello back. And Rob, I'm very happy to pass notes in class. It's great. Robin says, being a roadie really sucked. Robin. I know I don't have to be rainbow still, but I'm setting an example. Thank you. Facebook, Barbara says, but I can't, there it is. Barbara says, I'm on fire and this hand gets better every day. Awesome. I'm very happy to hear that. apparently Ty hurt her hand, and that's not cool. Thank you, Robin Rainbow. Cool. I'm a stay-at-home mom, and I don't know who this is. Do. Nope, I'm way at the beginning. Where am I? Right hand is out of commission. I don't hit the link. Being a roadie really stunk. This is Whitney. Hi, Whitney. How are you? Whitney, I can't see you. Again, I'm pretty sure you clicked the link in the past, but we're having technical issues today. I might have to ask everybody to hit this link again. Anyway, Whitney says, I'm a stay-at-home mom, and art is for joy. It was unexpected to have people pay for it and ask me to paint requests. Being a mom is my passion, but being an artist is my anxiety escape. That's interesting. Yeah. Good for you. You're doing everything that you want to do, and I think that's absolutely fantastic. There is no right or wrong thing, you know. You can be in this group and be an artist who only paints every third Thursday of the month, and that's it, you know. Or you can be an artist in this group who is just like, I want to paint all day, every day, and by paint I mean do my art, whatever your art is. You don't have to be a painter. So excellent, Whitney. Facebook user says, this is Barbara, I love this because your art is being able to let you express yourself creatively and helps with healing. Yeah. My art? Is that what you mean? Because your art, or in general, your art, is being able to let you express yourself, your creativity, and helps with healing. You know what? I love that. My brain just did like something glitched in my brain, and I couldn't think of words to go along with that, but it is a wonderful sentiment. Thank you for saying that. You're welcome. Robin says, the gift might be seeing that we all love you and will try to show you by being symbols to help you pot. Oh, okay. I know what you're trying to say there, but maybe like the art now since retired might explain things like Grandma Moses and others who started creating like mad at a later age. Yeah, that's I don't really know her story very well. I know the broad strokes. Like she didn't start painting until she was 80 or something like that. So that's really amazing. But I don't think we all need to wait that long. And the thing for me is that here's what happened when I said you got to keep doing the art. When you keep doing the art, Source will show you the steps faster and faster. The problem is that we don't want to be the roadie another day, and Source is like, too bad. But I'm working on something that the more I do the art part of it and not just try to get there, but actually just do it and be on the journey, the more it's coming together in such a way that I love so much. And it's so exciting to me. And the interesting thing is that the computer broke and the Adobe thing happened, and I don't know what's going on here, but I feel like those things are all like being piled on top. And I feel like I'm going to be taking off at some point in a new direction with new tools and a new workflow and new everything, and leaving behind the ones that I was relying on just because they were comfortable. You know, it's like I don't want to get a new pair of shoes because the new pair of shoes are going to dig into the back of my ankles and I need to wear a Band-Aid. But in my old shoes, even though the sole is falling off and my toe sticks out, not really, my shoes aren't that bad, but you know what I'm saying, that they're very, very comfortable, my old shoes, but they're old, and you know, I need new ones, and then I get new ones and it's like, these are uncomfortable and I can't just slip my foot in. I have to untie them and open them up and put my foot in and tie them again, and you know what I'm saying? It's like, so now I have to figure out, like, how do I do this thing in Affinity Designer that I would have known how to do in Illustrator like that. But what's the gift here? The gift is that I'm going to just take off on this new adventure, and with all new stuff and all new gear, and I'm really excited about it. I just have to take the time to learn the gear, and I don't like that part. Maybe having to be a roadie separates the wheat from the chaff. To determine who truly wants to and deserves it. I'm gonna give that one a golf clap. That is bingo. That is really good. Facebook user says, this is Barbara. I can see the thing. I can't click. Seriously, Ecamm, come on. I began creating jewelry when I was 13, took classes in high school, but society and family programmed it to my head that it wasn't a reality that I had to have a profession. That it wasn't a reality that I had to have a profession. I chose to believe this early on as I just wasn't aware. I never loved being a nurse, only some aspects, but it was not super passionate about it. I was not super passionate about it, and it caused anxiety. I always did my art, always, but now I find that balance and find joy in everything I do because I know and trust Source's plan for me, and it's amazing. Yes. Yes, 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 yes. Yeah. Just yes. That's really great. Kind of stinks that we fall into the roadie stuff and get talked into making that the thing because it makes everybody else comfortable. People around you may not have been comfortable if you said, no, I'm not going to become a nurse. I'm going to be an artist. What? I can't comprehend how your life will work that way. So don't even make my brain work. I don't want the tax. I don't want to have to figure out this. I want you to just be a nurse so that I can go, oh, nurse, that makes sense. I get it. Thanks. That's easy for me. Go be a nurse. You know what I'm saying? It's like that could be it could be anyone in your life that does that to you. It could be it's usually a lot of people, and it might not even be that blatant. It might just be things that are said all the time. You know, like teachers in schools who are like, get good grades so you can get a good job because you need to have a job. I can remember once my wife working at when we were first married, and she had this job. She was working as a claims adjuster for a car insurance company, and her friend was working there too. And she just said something about like, I really don't like this job. And the friend was like, you just do the job. Nobody likes their job. You just have to have a job. And she was like, why do I have to have a job? And we started talking about it. And we were like, why do you have to have a job? Stay home and we'll have kids. And that's what we did. And she hasn't worked since. So that's that. Why do you have to have a job? If you say to the universe, provide for me some other way, I'll be the roadie, but I don't want to be the roadie digging ditches. You know, I want to be the roadie in a way that is going to propel me forward towards my heart's desire, towards my core genius, towards my art. It will find that for you because it's a yes universe. But we go, I have to get a job. I don't want a job. I don't want to be a nurse. I don't want to be a roadie. I don't want to be a whatever. And the universe just hears, yes, nurse. Right? As Roberta said. Facebook is not being a good roadie today. No. You guys are, though. Thank you. Ty says, yeah, I hurt my hand. Not sure how. I just woke up in pain and still can't use it. Oh, I'm very sorry to hear that. That stinks. I hope that you are better soon. I can see Hector and I can see Alex. I play every part of the gig. Wearing many hats can be exhausting. I'm with you, pal. I'm with you. It can be. Here's my outlook on that, right? He's talking about the entrepreneurial part as well as the artistic part, I believe. And here's my take on that. I think when you start a business or you're starting an art adventure, you know, more than just a hobby, but something that's bigger. You gotta wear all the hats, right? I'm the CEO and the chief bottle washer, as the old joke goes, you know, and you know, so you got to wear all the hats, and then you can build it to the point where keep in mind the things that you can sort of automate so that it could be done by software. But then there are also things that you realize, like, I do this the same every time. And then what happens is you can kind of create a process for it. And then when the time comes that you have the ability to hire somebody, whether it be a VA or an employee or whatever, you can teach them the process. And if everybody uses the process, then that employee or VA can leave and another person can come in who just does the process. And so that's just something to keep in mind for how to do that. That's a whole different daily fuel for entrepreneurial thinking. But Alex says, I'd say the darkness or rough road are the times offering the biggest gifts. It's dark because we're not looking at the light. It's still time to learn some things on the way. When it seems things aren't working out, it isn't time for those things to happen yet. Just keep the chin up and keep on keeping on. Yeah, it's not the time for it to happen yet. And that's the part I have a hard time with sometimes. I'm waiting for a thing to happen. I'm doing my energy work. I'm meditating. I feel good. I feel like I'm on the path. I'm seeing the signs, and the freaking thing hasn't happened yet. And I'm going, come on. I know I'm doing this right, you know? And that's when it's like you got to what you just said. It's dark because we're not looking at the light. I'm looking at something going, where is it? Why aren't you here? I'm not looking at what is here. I'm not looking at what has manifested. I'm not looking at the power that I have. I'm looking at the power that I'm lacking. That's a really good comment, Alex. Thanks for that. So don't do that. Richard's here. What's up, buddy? I'm late. I'll watch the replay and the other few I missed. This week has been insane. Oh, okay. Well, I hope insane in a good way. Insane could go either way. Alex says, all these comments are wonderful. It's nice to see so much about Source and the confidence in Source, the trust that it's got our back. It's just remembering this. It is remembering this, you know? And sometimes when the universe has your back, it does it in the way that's best for you. I think like long-term, a big picture. But we don't always see what that looks like because we're stuck here and we have a very limited perspective, and so even though the universe has your back, Source has your back, and it's doing what's best for you, sometimes what's best for you is right now you have to deal with this thing you don't want to deal with, and that's a hard one to swallow when you're dealing with it. Nobody wants to hear that. Oh, it'll get better later. It's like, shut up, you know. It's like, but man, that's just how it works. Richard says, oh, I bitch all the time, brother. I feel you. Yeah, Barbara. You're right, Barbara. You do write essays. Going back to me not wanting to be a nurse. Enough of everybody else and Source and everything. We're talking about Barbara being a nurse here, everybody. Stay on point. Sometimes you're the nurse. In November, after opening my eyes and realizing some things, I realized I was in school to be an RN for the last 4 years, only to appease my boss. See, it's your boss. She begged for me for 5 years to get my RN. I have an LPN, and I didn't want to, but finally, after enough stress from her, I went to school, spent 4 years. I hated it. It depleted me. In November last year, I leapt off the cliff and quit school with one class left because I was doing it for her, not me. Now I do it for me. Good, Barbara. That's really fantastic. And thank you for sharing that. I'm teasing you, of course, about the pay attention to Barbara thing. That's what this is about. Sharing that is just a real life example. I'm going to leave it up so people can refer to it as I'm talking here. It's a real life example of what we're talking about here. That you're doing something for somebody else, and again, adding that to what Alex just said about the universe having your back, is that even though you were doing that for her, the source knew like there's something here for you, and you were led down that path anyway. And maybe it was so that you would spend 4 years realizing, I'm not doing the thing that lights me up. I'm going to do that instead of doing this thing for her. Whereas if you hadn't been talked into it and badgered by her to do it, you might have put the art off for 40 years. You know, so it's like we don't even know. It's not like we get to see the script of like, all right, so fine, I went through this thing. Now show me what would have happened if I didn't do this thing. Oh, that's worse. We'll never see that because we did the thing. You know, we'll never see the outcome of the other way, which is why we don't understand. Why did I have to do that? Well, we don't know what would have happened if we hadn't gone through that. It could have been not good. Donna, thumbs up. The process, good one. Yeah, I know you know what I'm talking about. Alex says the universe is absolute, positive, turns negative into positive. There is no polarity. It is absolute. In math, for example, absolute -4 is 4. That's it. The universe sees only integers, right? It sees the absolute value of everything you're saying. Right now is always best for you. Haha. As I see it, it's always about source. Thanks for you, Bobby. These are 4 different comments. Hashtag all in one. Right now is always best for you. Right now is always best for you. It's another difficult one to understand because we don't really understand what right now is. I could do that live every week. Facebook user Barbara says, yes, my boss pushed me to do this miserable thing so I could be pushed to awaken and do better things that make my soul light up. I also say this about other people in my life that have pushed me towards better, even when it sucked. Good. All right, well, that's the last comment. So Facebook user gets the booby prize today, and unless you guys jump in with more things. But I'm sorry that I freaked out about the eCam thing in the beginning of this, so whatever. That happened. But, yeah, so tomorrow's... oh, yeah, we got a whole week ahead of Daily Fuels. All right, great. So, yeah, I'm done. All right, thank you very much for hanging out with me. I'll see you tomorrow. Barbara, you get the booby prize. Oh, no, sorry, Robin. Robin gets the booby prize. Oh, my God, math in relation to art. I was never good at math. And LOL. And look at this. Donna Marie just swoops in and steals the booby prize at the last second. You rock. Well, thank you. Oops, nope. Alex, thanks, Bobby. Ciao, all. Alex gets the booby prize. Sorry, Donna. All right. Bye, guys. Thank you very much. I'll see you tomorrow. Have a good night.